Good morning and welcome to Kelly's Anesthesia Tips. Okay, this was not on my list of things to do a YouTube video about, but I'm going to anyway, kind of like just call it a bonus this month, because I will tell you that it is something that I watch for when I'm doing reviews or audits, because a lot of times your hospital electronic records will have good information about the Joint Commission requirements for conditions of participation, which covers the hospital, or conditions for coverage, which covers ambulatory surgical centers. But when your anesthesia group goes from a hospital to the ASCs, they might be on a paper record that might not be up to date. So this is one that I thought I'm just going to throw this out there because I want to do a little give and take on this, because coincidentally enough, I'm catching up with reading, and the ASA monitor this month, I think that I'll cover my, it's okay. I have the actual monitor sent to me, but I'm going to give you a link to the current one, because there were a lot of good articles. Some, they're not all clinical. The ones that I really like this month are Executive Engagement Matters Now More Than Ever, about your anesthesiologist being involved. Maybe if they can't do advocacy on a national level like Washington, D.C., or your state capital, ours is Tallahassee, maybe they can do something at the hospital, like Credentials Committee or something like that. And then all these great articles by a retired anesthesiologist, and the name of this one caught my eye. It was called, I think, This Is Not Your Grandparents' Joint Commission. So it's news flash. Let me find it real quick. News flash. It's not your grandparents' joint commission. And then another article by an anesthesiologist who went through a joint commission visit, and yet another one by an anesthesiologist talking about what anesthesiologists should know about Det Norske Veritas. Now I'm going to give a quick shout out to a very good retired friend of mine, Jack Beecher. He told me this once a very long time ago. We were talking about something, and you know, I know things, and I said, no, it's not there, it's someplace else, but I'll tell you where to find it. And he goes, I bet you've forgotten more than I know. Well, that is the truth for me, especially because sometimes I had read about this Det Norske Veritas, and if I'm saying it wrong, forgive me, it's a Norwegian company, a while back, but it kind of just went to the back of my mind because I don't use it, don't need it, don't have an anesthesia group anymore. We did have to participate back in my day. It was called JCAHO. Now it's the Joint Commission, and apparently it's been that for 2 decades now. So that's how fast time flies. Anyway, I want to give you guys some resources for your anesthesia groups. Encourage your anesthesiologist to be active at some level, whether, like I said, if they have the time and the inclination, national, state, association, if not, at least hospital, and the importance of being engaged for your anesthesia group. One of the things that I read was very interesting. It says, be a problem solver, not a complainer, not a problem creator. All right, so that's it. I'm going to pop around these real quick just to show you, because I kind of want to make this my video cover. And I have a couple of things I'm sharing. So the first is the ASA monitor. This issue is December 2025, volume 89, issue 12. So the articles I'm specifically referring to are, well, I like Dr. Schaefer too. ASA has our back, and they do. You know, a lot of anesthesiologists work on behalf of the ones who really don't do anything other than pay their membership dues, which paying membership dues is still fine. They need that kind of participation to stay in business. But newsflash, it's not your grandparents' joint commission, how anesthesiologists should prepare for a joint commission visit, Ushering in a New Health. I haven't read that one, sorry. I did read the other ones, and then the debt here. That's DNV accreditation approach. Well, that's another one I haven't read. I'm going to have to go read that one. I'm looking for what anesthesiologists should know about DNV, which is that Det Norske Veritas. Where are you? Here's the engagement matters more than ever. I could word search. That's my... Oh, I'll just hit 2. It's got to be on the next page. If it's not on one, it's on the next. If it's not on one, it's usually on the next. So I don't see it, but I promise it's there. I will word search. I'm still on the right issue, right? Table of contents. Articles. We'll find it. I do not fear. There it is. What anesthesiologists should know about Det Norske Veritas. I didn't want to murder this doctor's name, so I'll call it Dr. Sanjita. And those will lead you to what is it they're talking about the conditions of participation. I actually save a one-pager of this, but here you can do what is wonderful for research and look at AI. They'll usually give you an overview. They will give you links, resources, check them. CMS is a good resource. Here's what they require for conditions of participation, but I'm going to give you a link to that as well. I have, let's see, on my website, it'll take you to the CMS Anesthesiologist Center. And from here, you can find some of this information. And sometimes it is quicker to just Google, like conditions of participation or conditions for coverage or something like that. But I do want to show you this, so I'm going to find one here. We'll just look at this one because it's CMS. And then I'm going to look for one of my keywords. Let me blow it up for you. That's only 17 pages. The resource that I usually use is like 151 pages. So this might not be the right one. Let's look for, or if it, oh, it is. It's got the same information in a nutshell then. So you're looking for making certain that your other locations have this someplace on there too for your post-anesthesia assessment. And that's respiratory function, cardiovascular, mental status, temperature, pain, nausea, vomiting, post-operative hydration. Like I said, it's not so much related to billing, but it is related to compliance. So I will leave you these links. One of the questions I was going to ask is, does anyone use someone other than the Joint Commission? Because, you know, to remind myself that DNV is similar to the Joint Commission. They just are a different certifying body. So that's interesting to me. And if somebody uses one of these other, let me go to AI mode, one of these other certifying bodies other than the Joint Commission for their facility, drop a link. If you have any comments or tips for advice, feel free to leave those as well. And with that, I am going to leave you with my be kind to one another and generous with your knowledge. Yes, I know it's big, but same message. Hope everyone has a wonderful day.